So Warzone got released about 7 days ago, and obviously there's going to be a lot of players that don't fully understand the game. They might want some basic tips on how they can improve or get their first win or something like that. So I thought I'd make a video pretty much explaining what I know. Hopefully it helps you. But yeah, the first tip is going to be for landing, and that is landing faster with redeploys. So you're able to stop your parachute right before you land onto the ground and then redeploy it again, and this will help you get loot like a lot faster. I do it in a lot of my clips here, and it's quite an easy way to get first bloods. The only problem is you don't want to do it fast on top of buildings, otherwise you can die. It's actually happened to me a couple times. But yeah, making sure that you're deploying properly is very important, because you don't want to be that guy that has no gun when everyone else is landing and they have shit. So make sure you do that. Second one is loading drops. Now, $6,000 isn't a lot of money in Warzone. You'll probably get a lot more than that throughout the game, but you want to get your loading drops early so you can get the gun you want that you make your class with, and your perks as well on top of that, because perks are extremely powerful in Warzone. People underestimate them a lot, but I can show you some classes that you can run if you don't have an idea of what to use. So I'll show you some of my classes now. I only have two right now. Well, I'd say three that I mainly use, but I'll start off with this one. So I'll start off with the weapon actually. So obviously M4A1 as a primary. You'll see it in probably all your games. It's a very standard weapon. It's very good. Has good range, good damage. Recoil's not that high, so pretty easy to use. For my attachments, I use lightweight suppressor just because staying off the map is pretty good in a BR game, and the damage range knockoff isn't that bad. For optics, you can use pretty much whatever you want, but I use Viper Reflex just because it's the easiest for me. Same with operators, okay, and because most of them are okay. They're all pretty similar, as long as it's not one of those weird sniper optic thermal thingies. Those aren't very good for ARs. But for perk, I use sleight of hand just because reload is obviously an important thing to have, especially when I pair it with the 9mm para rounds, because it increases your fire rate by quite a lot, and obviously you want to reload as much as you can if you're running out of bullets fast. So yeah, it's an M4 class. For the MP5, I actually don't have anything on it yet, but I imagine it would look something like maybe suppressor with a laser. For ammunition, I'd use the 10mm 30 rounds and sleight of hand, something like that, and also an underbarrel. Pretty standard class for MP5 as well. Also a really solid weapon, so if you want to use an SMG, use that. Perks is a bit more subjective because people find more value in different things, but I'll just give a basic perk rundown. So perk 1, you kind of have, I'd say, 3 main choices, which is cold-blooded, quick fix, and double time. A lot of players are using thermal optics right now on their snipers, so staying off those so you don't get sniped as easy is really important, I'd say. If you play more of a rushing playstyle, you can use quick fix to regen your health faster. If you're shooting a lot of players and getting a lot of kills, you'll regen a lot faster. And double time, you're going to be sprinting a lot in a BR game, and that helps with it. Also increases your crouch speed, which is good. For perk 2, again, 3 choices here, I'd say. Actually 4. Restock is okay. I personally don't use it, but it's good. It's not a bad perk at all. Overkill, carrying 2 primary weapons. If you want to pair an M4 with a sniper or something like that, makes perfect sense. You can do that. High alert, again, you'll be picking between these two and also Ghost. High alert in a BR game is pretty good, can see where enemies are looking at you from, which you probably wouldn't normally see. And Ghost, it lets you stay off UAVs, radars and sensors, which are all pretty annoying, so stay off that, especially late game is pretty good. And for perk 3, I use Amped most of the time, but Tune Up is also good, because revive time is very important in a VR game, obviously. And Amped is just faster weapon swap, you know, I'm using a gun with 32 bullets if I need to swap to something else. Like in this class I would use an MP5 paired with my M4, so that's why I would use it. I'll make a quick note about heartbeat sensor. Yes, it is strong, but you don't want to rely on it because, especially in the late game, a lot of people will be having ghosts on their classes and you won't be able to see them at all, which renders the heartbeat sensor useless in that case. So don't rely on it too much. You want to rely on footsteps instead. Those are a lot more, I say you should pay more attention to that than a heartbeat sensor, just because you don't want to be caught off guard, especially for using a tactical, because if you get caught out, you don't have your gun ready as well, so it's even more of an issue. And also another note, if you're solo queuing, you don't want to leave games too early, as there's still a pretty high chance that your teammate's going to revive you. Only if you know they are really bad and they have no intentions of reviving you, might as well leave. But in a lot of my games I've been revived and we've actually done quite well, so just a note not to leave games too early. And finally, I'll go over the shop again. 6,000 for a loading drop is really not that much. You should be getting that as soon as you can. Next, buy self-revive, and after that you can focus on buying teammates back if they're dead. That is the way I'd rank things in the shop. So loading drop 1, self-revive 2, and teammates 3. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need. Buy UAVs if you can, and don't run out into the open. Unless you have to, I really advise you not to, just because there's so many snipers that will pretty much be watching that area. Very easy to get kills that way, especially when the gas is moving in on the zone. So yeah, don't do that. Think about how you want to rotate and how the gas is moving, and if there's actually any buildings that you can get into without running out into the open. It's very important. I'm sure there's some other things I'm missing as well, but I'll say those are the most general and basic things that you can do to help improve your gameplay. I'll probably make another follow-up video actually after I've played more. So yeah, thanks for watching.